Have I improved? Man, that's a question I'm pretty sure every person to have ever walked on this earth has asked themselves in some way, shape, or form. It's a question that makes us stop for a moment and recognize our progress or wake us up to our shortcomings. Am I maximizing my opportunities or am I cutting myself short? Whatever the answer is to that question, whether it be good or bad, the next thought that comes into our minds afterwards is, okay, let's keep going. That is, if you're truly determined and disciplined in what it is you're dedicating your time and effort to. If not, then that thought process could have a completely different outcome. But I'll save my thoughts on that for another video. But if you truly are determined and have a passion and love for what it is you do, somewhere along the line, you've had a thought like this at some point. I personally find myself asking this question every time I pick up the pen when I go to work on my manga. And honestly, it had started to make me doubt myself just a little bit. Not enough to make me not want to do manga, but enough to make me think I wasn't ready, if that makes any sense. To further explain, I felt like before I moved on to the next aspect of art and manga, I had to become a master of what it is I was currently working on. And this form of thinking caused a chain reaction in my progress. I'd spend a great amount of time on one thing and take forever to work on the next. And by the time I was satisfied with what I was currently working on, I hadn't really incorporated what it was I was working on prior. Still not making any sense? Alright, how about this? It's like I'd go to the gym for a week straight and I'd work on arms. Just arms. No legs, no chest, no abs, just arms. Cause you see what I'm saying now? This is how I used to think until I came across some videos on YouTube that discussed the evolution of other famous mangaka art. And that's when my eyes were open. Almost instantly, I had developed a new perspective for what it means to improve and determining if my art and skills were ready. Because in my mind, I felt like I had to be on some like Chainsaw Man, Berserk, One Punch Man level shit before I even made chapter 1. But I realized that I have to start. Not just start working on my manga, by developing and trying to get everything absolutely perfect art-wise, but that I have to start as in actually making the chapters and improving my art as I go. I'm not going to get anywhere if I keep trying to improve with the fear that I'm not good enough to even start as my motivation. I don't know why the thought of me improving as I produce my manga never registered as a good idea until recently, but seeing where it is the mangaka of some of my favorite manga come from, I've gained a lot more confidence in my art and skills. Of course, before making chapter 1, I'm gonna learn to make actual decent backgrounds because I can't make backgrounds for shit, and work on other things that I'm lacking in. But I'm not gonna be so hard on myself to be perfect and mimic what it is I read, because those guys have been in the game for a great amount of time. I'm just barely a year and a half out. As long as I'm still improving, I'm on the right track, and I'll get to that level someday. It's me versus me out here. I gotta remember that, and compared to last year, I'm doing a lot more, developed a lot more skill. I've improved. Okay, now let's keep going. It's like that scene from Creed where Michael B. Jordan is shadowboxing with his reflection, and Sylvester Stallone is talking about how when he steps in the ring, it's him versus himself.
Make a small target, turn sideways. Okay. You see this guy here staring back at you?
Yeah.
That's your toughest opponent. Every time you get into the ring, that's who you're going against. I believe that in boxing, and I do believe that in life. Okay?
Same thing. Realizing this, I've become even happier with what it is I do. I found that the process of making my manga is even more enjoyable, and that's the most important part, right? Given that this is something I want to do for the rest of my life, it's important that it brings me so much joy. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this video. If you enjoyed it and maybe found a way to relate, or maybe a weight has been lifted off your shoulders after finding out that you're not alone in the way you think, please let me know in the comments down below. And if you would, leave a like and subscribe if you'd like to see more of my content. I'd appreciate it. But I'm going to be out. Remember to master your heart, body, and mind. For the master is absolute. See you.